Welcome back to another Bolt tutorial. In this video, we're going to cover how you can build a two-sided freelancer marketplace, and then we're going to use Google's page speed insights so that we can assess the performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO of your sites with some prompts that you can use to improve these metrics. Once we've done that, we'll use Google Stitch to create a design system, and then we'll apply that to our project so we have a universal design system and finish off by adding a shader to the hero section. Let's dive in. Let's look at our initial prompt. Build out a two-sided marketplace between freelancers and clients. Freelancers can list the services and skills, e.g. website builders, and clients can book them. Freelancers should have a profile page to show their portfolio and their rates, and clients should be able to book days for their services. Before building, think about other features which may be useful for a site like this and asking any necessary clarifying questions. Let's put it in plan mode. We're on the max model selector, and let's generate our plan. Now notice, because in the prompt we said before building, think about other features which may be useful. It's gone ahead and it's added these additional features into the plan. It's come up with some great ideas which maybe I hadn't considered beforehand. I've told the agent that I like all of these ideas, but to ask it to build all of these out in one prompt is quite a lot. So in this case, I've asked it to add them to a markdown document in the project root. Next, it has some clarifying questions for us, in which case we've answered these, so we'll turn it off plan mode and build. The prompt's complete, and we can see it's created this landing page, and if we go to sign up, we can sign up as a freelancer or to hire a freelancer. So let's test this out. We'll create an account, and as a freelancer, we can see we've got this overview page, we've got bookings, portfolio, availability, and to edit our profile. Let's see if we can mark our days as available. Yes, it's looking like it's working. Our portfolio site, we can add a project. Let's see if we can add this to our portfolio. You've just added a random project URL here. Now let's sign out. Let's test out the flow of signing up to hire a freelancer. So we're signing up as Jane. Let's create an account. It's taking us to the client dashboard. And now let's find freelancers. We can see Alex Albert, the freelancer we just created, is here, and we can see their test project with their availability. So it looks like it's pretty much configured under the hood. We'll select a date, test booking, send booking request. Now it's been sent. We'll sign out. We'll log back in as Alex. And in our bookings tab, we can now see that that test booking from Jane Smith has now appeared, and we can then accept that if we want to. Pretty incredible that in one prompt we were able to configure a two-sided marketplace like this. Now that the basics are configured, let's go ahead and we'll publish this site. With that published, we can now rename the subdomain. We'll call it freelance-bookings.bolt.host. Let's now go to the site, and within a few minutes, we have this live two-sided marketplace deployed, published for anybody to use. Now comes the exciting part of improving the performance. So let's copy that URL and let's Google search page speed insights. This is the one we want. Now let's paste that URL and click Analyze. This is a fantastic tool by Google where you can analyze the performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO of any website on the internet. Make sure that you change over to desktop, as it does a different mobile analysis as well. Now, looking at these results, Bolt has already done a fantastic job for the performance and the best practices. Accessibility can be improved, and so can SEO. Now that we know exactly how we can improve the site, let's go about prompting it to make these fixes. So let's click on accessibility. It takes us down, and here we can see one of the issues we have is that the background and the foreground colors do not have sufficient contrast ratio, and it's showing us the exact examples. To fix this, I'm going to take a screenshot of the exact issue. It's showing us which buttons and components have this problem. Let's now drop that screenshot here. Now let's close this accordion. We'll look at another one. Here we have a navigation issue. We'll take a screenshot again, drop that screenshot here into the agent chat. Now, to keep things simple for the agent, instead of going through and doing that for everything, I like to keep these segmented. So we'll just do accessibility together first, and then we'll move on to SEO. Here's our prompt. I have run my site through Google Page Speed Insights. This is some of the feedback it has about accessibility. Fix this site based on these insights, and let's build. The agents now fix these accessibility issues, so let's go ahead and republish the site. Now that we've reanalyzed, you can see Bolt has done a fantastic job improving the accessibility, giving it a 100% score. This change has also impacted the SEO and improved it from 82 up to 91. Let's see if there are any SEO improvements that can be made. It's saying the document does not have a meta description, so let's copy this. Here's our prompt. Our SEO score is only 91 out of 100. One factor which is reducing its score is as follows: document does not have a meta description. Please fix, and let's build. The agent's finished working, so let's go ahead, we'll publish our site again. Now let's analyze again. Now this time the SEO didn't actually improve, and that's because it's finding another error as well, saying the robot.txt file is not valid. Our recent prompt may have caused that, or maybe it's just identifying an underlying issue it didn't see before. Let's go through and do a more systematic approach to improving the SEO. Jumping back into the Bolt project, let's click the plus button, and this time we're going to open our prompt library. Let's scroll down, and here we have our 5 suggested SEO improvement prompts. Hovering over one shows exactly what the prompt says. First, we'll start off with the internal linking strategy and build. Let's publish this update. Let's analyze again. And it seems like that fix alone was enough to improve the SEO up to 100%. So there we go. In a few prompts, we've drastically improved the accessibility and the SEO of our site. As we start building out more features, adding more content, etc. to the page, it's going to change these scores. So it's important for you to recheck these every now and then as you're publishing your site. With all of those improvements made, let's now clear our context. Here's a generic prompt that you can apply to any of your projects. Let's look through it. Audit this project for performance problems. Check the bundle size and list the largest dependencies. Find components or libraries that could be lazy loaded. Flag images that aren't optimized. Identify data fetching that runs sequentially when it could run in parallel, and point out React components that re-render more than they need to. Give me a prioritized list with the estimated impact of each fix. Highest impact first. Let's put this in plan mode, and let's build out the plan. Now notice that the agent was able to determine a whole variety of improvements that it can make to the site. Just because it scores 100% on the page speed insights doesn't mean that there are not optimizations to be made. So we've done a great job optimizing the performance of the site. Let's now go about making it look a little bit better. To do so, I love to jump into Google Stitch. This is a great way to get a variety of different ideas for your design system. So I jump into web, I like to go into Thinking 3.1 Pro, and here's our prompt. Please create a fun, modern, and youthful design system for a freelance website. Use unique and modern fonts, and build. Just like that, it's created this playful design system for us. I don't really like the pink, so let's say change the pink. And about 30 seconds later, Stitch has created a new design system for us, this time not using pink, using blue instead. Let's click on this design system, click edit, we'll click on the design.md tab, and now let's copy this. We'll jump back into our Bolt project. Let's clear the context again. Let's paste that design markdown file. Here's our prompt. Here is a design markdown file, which I would like you to use as the design system for the entire site. Please apply all these design decisions to every page in the site. Save this file to the project root as well, so we can reference it going forward. Now note, because the project isn't so big just yet, we can apply this to all of our pages. But if you've got an incredibly large site, maybe do this section by section. Let's now plan this out, and we'll send off the plan. The plan's complete, it looks good, so let's implement this plan. Now we can see that the Bolt agent has implemented this new design system everywhere. We've got it on the landing page. If we go into the dashboard, we can see it's been applied to all of these pages as well, even on the My Profile page. Usually I'll tend to do this at the start of the project, but this goes to show you can apply a design system retroactively if you want to. One more thing, let's now enable our shader MCP, and we'll apply that to the hero section. Here's our prompt. Using the shader MCP connector, please add 5 different shader options to the background of the hero section on the landing page. I should be able to rotate through these using arrows on the side of the section and make it taller to about 80% of the view height of the screen. And build. The shaders have been implemented. Let's look through them. I think this one makes it a little bit hard to read, although it is cool. I like this, that's kind of fun. Another nice subtle effect. This one's cool as well. And our last one. Now, notice because I asked for 5 different ones, this is a great idea. If you don't know what you're looking for, ask the agent to create a variety of different options. Then you can easily swap through, choose the one you like the most. Personally, I like this 4th one the best because it looks like you're looking through a scope as if you're deciding on a target, choosing the freelancer that you want. And I think it ties in with the branding of the site. So I've made a few more tweaks to the hero section. Notice now we can see the scope effect follows the mouse and it's easier to read the hero text. It's come a long way and now it's looking like it's almost a production ready site, and we know that the performance is optimized as much as possible under the hood. So there we go. In this video, you've learned how to use Google's page speed insights so you can improve the performance, accessibility, best practices, and SEO of your site. As always, thanks for watching and all the best implementing this into your project.